It's the start of a new season tonight at the Pan Am Center in Las Cruces. NM State, fresh off back-to-back 28-win seasons, plays host to North Dakota State. Good offensive team last year. They averaged 74 points per game. This is Cruiser, now to the freshman Sam Griesel. Vinny Shahid on the wing. Samuelson can shoot it. Shot over 40% from three last year. Under 10 to shoot for North Dakota State. Good defense.
I think, Adam, he's the junior college guard, but he was elected captain after being on campus just for a month, which is impressive. Says a lot about his.
There's back, kind of a down year last year. They're used to winning 20+. Utah transfer JoJo Zamora. NM State, 28 wins last year, 28 wins 2 years ago. Harris for CJ Bobbitt. Aggies with 8 to shoot. Harris triggers from 3. Way short. Ball is loose. Diving Clayton Henry. Zamora triggers. He got it. Nice when he can find a Power 5 transfer to come to a mid-major.
When the Aggies, like Zach Lofton, they'll just have him for a year.
Cruiser looking backdoor for Tyson Ward. It wasn't there. Shahid again. Very deliberate offensively early for North Dakota State. 6 to shoot for the freshman Griesel. Gets by Bobbitt. He's bumped by Bobbitt.
I mentioned the Nebraska coach had been at North Dakota State at one time. And he's just square shoulders. He reminds me of Paul George from Fresno. He's square shoulders and long. He's built like a 22-year-old.
Trying to get the first point this year for the Bison. He did 38% from 3. And they shot spectacular in their exhibition game, both from 3, from the field, and also from the line. Zamora looking for 2 threes. Missed that one wide right. Offensive rebound for CJ Bobbitt to a streaking Zamora. Good dump off. Ivan.
Born in Spain, isn't he, Adam?
Transfer from Indian Hills Community College. The Aggies ahead 5-1. Just outside of 2 minutes in. Cruiser can shoot it from the arc. Puts the ball on the deck, guarded by Aore Coachea. Blow by for Griesel on the reversal.
But if you look at his body, he's got a pro-type body.
Pick and roll, corner for Henry. Griesel has all 3 for the Bison. NM State with 2 D1 transfers and 2 JUCO transfers on the floor. Those are 2 first-year D1 transfers. Technically, A.J. Harris is a D1 transfer as well. Here's Clayton Henry, fires from 3. He's way off. Tipped by Ward, gathered by Zamora. Looking for his second 3. That's short. The Aggies relentless on the glass, and Henry sticks.
Jamario Jones, I've been looking at him work defensively on Tyson Ward at the other end. Clayton
NM State, really good rebounding last year too, Coach. That's kind of been the staple for Christians. Good body control by Ward. Tipped around and gathered by Bobbitt. Zamora down the lane. He's bumped, no call. Harris under control. Zamora down the key. Teardrop is good.
From California.
Averaged 7 a game 2 seasons ago for Larry Kristoviak at Utah. There's 16 left here in the opening half. A good start for the Aggies in their season opener. 3 is way short by Shahid. The Aggies want to push. NM State 4 of 9 for the field so far. Zamora. Kick out for Henry. That's too strong.
Weird echo on our end.
Turnaround for Griesel. That's no good. Zamora's going to take it to the rim. Teardrop again. No good. Ivan there to stick it.
So well, Adam, he's tough around the basket. He's a relentless worker.
North Dakota State 1 of 4 for the field so far. Griesel has all 3. This is Shahid who bounces for Cruiser. Ward's a left-hander. Slipping is Cruiser. Help defense from Harris. Griesel's left wide open though. Aore Coachea has 4. 11-3 NM State in the opener.
That anytime the Aggies missed, he seemed to be right in the right place at the right time, and they'll miss that for sure.
Fresh 5 in for the Aggies. Eli Chua, Sean Buchanan, Jabari Rice, Mohammed Sham, and Terrell Brown. This is Buchanan. Now Mohammed Sham is a transfer from Marshalltown Community College. We knew the Aggies would play a lot of guys, but I don't think we were sure they would have line changes. Big block for Dangu. A shot clock violation.
Well, he blocked this one with 2 hands. That's quite a block.
Gu showing off his length. Big man from Sioux Falls. Shaheed running the point here for North Dakota State. Now to Dangu working on Eli Chua. Great D by Eli, poked away and taken by Sean Buchanan. Low post feet. Buchanan triggers in for the Aggies. In the corner for Terrell Brown. Mohammed Sham, long, lanky, going to work. On top.
Quickness. Watch him here sort of use his body. He gets bumped just a little bit. Oh, there it is. Watch his free throw, Adam. Free throw.
Sham from Senegal, played 2 seasons at Marshalltown Community College. What are some of the benefits to playing 10, 11, 12 guys?
Well, it allows you to force the tempo and play faster, both on the defensive end and the offensive end. And it makes you harder to scout because there's more players to scout. And there's something about the camaraderie of it as well. There's different theories, though. You know, I know when Lou Henson had his great teams at Illinois, he'd play 6 or 7. Still, it won't surprise me to see Chris Jans go 11, go 11 or 12 deep, just so he can get a feel for what he has.
Terrell Brown from 3. That rims in for the Trins.
He was a pretty good freshman at San Jose State a few years ago.
Yeah, he's another one of those JUCO guys. Terrell began at San Jose State. He averaged 7 a game there. And then went to the City College with San Francisco. Good defensively, turning defense into offense so far. On an 11-0 run. On the baseline is Brown. Extra pass for Cham. Pull-up jumper. That was pretty.
And it's a fairly experienced North Dakota State team. There's Terrell Brown, nice and easy.
They're going to need 4 or 5.
I don't want. Last year's team was a great team, but Zach Lofton was such a talent that occasionally the Aggies would stand around and watch him go to work. I know I did myself. It was fun to sit back and watch him go. I expect it to be more balanced. You know, last year he was about 20 points a game, and Jamario was the number 2 scorer at about 11. And I think it'll be a much more balanced scoring attack this year.
North Dakota State has only attempted 6 shots so far. They are 1 of 6 from the field. They've also committed 3 turnovers. There's the Goo. Buchanan hands it off to Cha. Weave handoff right back to Sean Buchanan, one of the few returners this year. Double team comes on Chua, late to recognize it. Ball is loose. Good hustle right in front of us. Coach Russ Bradford with the defense so far for the Aggies.
North Dakota State can't even get a shot up. It's one thing if they shoot poorly, but when you can't get a shot up at the rim, it's going to be hard for them to win.
Ward is smothered by Brown here, but we know rebounding and defense are going to be the staples of this program when Chris Jans is here.
I think that's right. It's relentless pressure. You know, the times I'm at practice, he's putting relentless pressure on them, and that is reflected in the way they play at the defensive end.
Some different combinations in the early stages for the Aggies. Reversal for the Bison.
Now, the one danger here, Adam, is that the Aggies will think, well, this will be easy. We've got these guys, and I think it's a pretty tough team.
Tip in good. His right hand. There's a lot of length with this Aggie team this year as well. Rocky Cruiser hands it off to Ward. Ducks underneath and lays it in.
Tyson Ward, but he's been smothered so far.
NM State going 11. I'm with you, Russ. I think the Aggies are going to try 11 or 12 guys early on and then figure it out and lower that rotation going forward. Zamora from 3, way short, tipped up by Ward back out for Cruiser, who can shoot the three, and he swishes it in from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. So now the Bison finding a little bit of a rhythm offensively. Corner three, Zamora. Zamora has already attempted 7 shots. Jordan Horn, too strong. He's a transfer from Siena. Zamora pushes for the Aggies. All the way to the rim. Aggressive finish. Well, you know why he's not shy. He hasn't played in a game in 2 years.
He's anxious. He's anxious. He saved it all up for.
Now he's in his first and his only season on the floor with the Aggies. 12 guys. They're going to be fresh.
Floor is a huge advantage for him.
Shahid guarded tightly by Harris, the lone returning starter. Pick and pop again for Cruiser.
To helping, and he wasn't able to recover in time twice.
23-13. Step back three, Harris, just his second shot attempt. Shahid pushes it outside for Jordan Horn, who was recently granted a waiver to play right away after transferring in from Siena. Edey had a shot altered. Ward trying to throw it off Zamora, and it's in the hands of Terrell Brown. Right back to Terrell. Swirls out his three. It's loose. Wide open was Edey. The Aggies were late to get back. Put back is no good for
everyone on who to pick up, but wasn't able to get to his own guy in time. And the Aggies got a break, did not give up the easy basket that it looked like they were going to surrender.
Brown again for three in this third school in 3 years.
And he had a pretty good run there. Shot blocker, had some great games for the Aggies. Local product.
And that was a really tough injury. Chris Jans was very happy with his progress during the offseason. Felt like he was going to be one of the go-to guys this year. And he still could be when he comes back in either December or January. That's what they're looking at right now. From the corner, too strong as. So the Bison playing a bunch of guys as well. Pick and roll with Chua. Chua catches, good feet.
Perfect time.
Another long scoring drought for the Bison, over 3 minutes. They had one over 6 minutes earlier. The Aggies have been stifling on D. Dangu fires from three. Harris, the quarterback of this team, dumps it down low for Chua. Turns.
One is the entire time.
Biggest lead for the Aggies as it grows to 16. Dakota State looks out of sync, Coach. How much of that is the Aggie defense?
I'd say most of it. I would imagine most of it.
Nearly stolen by Bobbitt. He gambled and good.
Pre-game jitters, like missing that shot there. That's one you can't miss in college basketball.
Oh! Tip up and good.
He didn't seem to get quite on track. You know, he averaged more points the previous season, but now I think he's in better shape physically. And I know he had the little concussion in the scrimmage the other day, but he looks really good to me.
Chua was a 12-9 guy 2 years ago, and they are letting out some energy here tonight. What a start, 31-13 NM State.
That's impressive.
There's only 8 to shoot right now for North Dakota State out of the media timeout. Hunter locked away by Chua. The Aggies are getting their hands on everything. Buchanan pushes for Rice. Redshirt freshman Jabari Rice, who had to sit out last year. First game action for him collegiately. Mohamed Cham curls and catches on the perimeter. Right back to Jabari Rice. Had it poked away, trying to get it back. Taken by Jared Sim. This is a big 5-minute stretch for the Bison to finish off the half. Cruiser already has 6. He goes with a mini hook. Saved by Rice, and this can't be easy either, Coach Russ, trying to play with different combinations, which is what the Aggies are trying to do right now.
No, very mix and match kind of, and they're all still getting to. They have only known each other for a couple months, many of these guys, and so it's quite a tribute to what Chris Jans has been able to do quickly here.
Cham with a quick release. Scoring drought of 5 minutes for North Dakota State. They've only made 5 shots from the field in this half. This is a team that averaged 74 points per game last year and shot 47% from the field for the season. Samuelson bounces for Cruces, who finishes with
penetration. That's the uncharacteristic of what we've seen up to this point.
Aggies staying patient. Henry for Rice on the wing to Cham. Looking down low for Chua. It wasn't there. Ball reversal to Henry. Flashing is Cham. 3 to shoot. Somebody has to heave it. It's Henry with a step back from the wing. To Strutter. There's a long 3 for Samuelson, who's an outstanding 3-point shooter. Second chance opportunity for the Bison. Under 4 left here in the first half, all Aggies. Chris Quayle to Griesel. Extra pass, Hunter for 3. Tipped out by Cruces. 2 offensive rebounds during this possession for North Dakota State. Cruces, who already has 8, has
going into the year. You know, you think of Grand Canyon's big man who can shoot out there, and they're gonna need to get out and guard those guys. That's something Jamario Jones could do well.
Buchanan misses. Rice trying to tip on NDSU. Aggies by 13 late in half 1. For his first point collegiately, good stroke. 165 listed. Gets 1 of 2. Rebound in the hands of Cameron Hunter. The Aggies have led by as many as 16. Bison have not led. Lead is 14 right now. 2 and change left in half 1. Balanced scoring today for the Aggies. Rocky Cruces leading the way for the Bison. Here is Cruces, number 34 in white, to the freshman Griesel. Look how far away Hunter has to catch.
He's a relentless worker down. Look at him move his feet for a big guy. And just, you know, he helped cause that too, besides AJ forcing Cameron Hunter to catch the ball so far from the basket.
Yeah, that's what you preach as a coach. That's a tough entry. If they have to catch it that far away in the wing, it's almost impossible.
That's right. He needed a dribble or two to improve his passing angle.
The Aggies trying to finish off the first half on a high note. Just 2 of 14 from 3, 41% from the field. And 1 for Keith. Do you see a difference with him this year, body-wise? Weight looks better.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that happened with him last year, he didn't do much early, and as he was patient as the year went on, he just got better and better. And he, you know, the league with South Plains and Midland, and only averaged 7 a game. But if you're averaging 7 a game in that league, you're definitely a Division I player.
I recall you saying last year, if you're averaging 7 a game at Odessa, that's like 15, 16 somewhere else.
A lot of other places, that's right.
Quayle bounces for Cruces, 2 to shoot for Rocky Cruces. Finally realizes it of the 20 for the Bison.
Well, he's been the lone bright spot offensively for the Bison.
North Dakota State kind of hanging around here in the first half. They trailed by 16 6 minutes ago. Long to Harris, switched it in. First 2 this year for AJ, who averaged 9 a game last year. Quick release. It's about a 5-second, 6-second difference here, game clock, shot clock. Nobody has more than 8 for the Aggies. Zamora has 8, Chua has 6, 5 for Brown, 4 for Keon.
He's remarkably calm for the team coming out and not doing great to start. I think I think he has the reputation of a brilliant young coach, but he's not panicky on the sideline.
Edey picks up his dribble, tries to get an angle on Bobbin, snatched in by Keon Jones. Jones from half court. It's good if it goes, it's no good. Great defensive first half of the Aggies, holding the Bison at 31% shooting. Halftime after this. Now at the first half highlights, it really began with JoJo Zamora, who has not played in 2 seasons, playing well early.
That's right, and no lack of shyness on his part. Looking at the basket, being aggressive with it, some nice passing, and Ivan Orokochea, terrific around the basket.
The offense was good for the Aggies, but they struggled from three. The defense was really, really good.
That's right. It's just relentless effort, great hustle, denying passing lanes all over the place, helping each other. Hardly a breakdown the entire half. And it wasn't until Rocky Crucer cut loose that North Dakota State seemed like they'd come to play a little bit.
Yeah, Crucer was the bright spot, 13 on 5 of 6 shooting, 3 of 3 from bonus distance. He made that fade away. Only averaged 4 per game last year, but the sophomore from White Bear Lake, Minnesota is off to a shining 15 during his first year and took the Bison to the dance. That was their last appearance best for half two. Harris, Orokochea, Bobbitt, Henry, and Zamora. Looks like North Dakota State going with their starters as well. Griesel's been quiet, true freshman. Down the lane, shoots it over Ivana Orokochea. Offensive board for Rocky.
Orokochea works defensively, really moves his feet, really hustles.
Rocky Crucer has 15 of the 22 for the Bison. Zamora leading the way for the Aggies with 8. Bobbitt's been scoreless. Henry's been pretty quiet as well. Under 10 to shoot, so A.J. Harris is going to reset. Goes away from the screen. Long floater, tipped up and in by a flying Clayton Henry.
Boy, he's so active, and he's been a big reason why Tyson Ward hasn't been able to get on track tonight.
Ward only has 2. He fakes the spin. He falls away. That's a tough shot, and he's shallow. His third rebound. Zamora is going to work. Teardrop. Comes in. 10 now for JoJo. You can tell right now Tyson Ward's a little...
His coach, he's not panicky. There's still plenty of time left.
With the right hand. What a move. Samuelson pump faking a drive. He has Ward. Ward is wide open for 3. Only shot 32% from 3 a season ago. Here's AJ again. Floats it up. That was a shot with the right.
He seems extremely comfortable with his right hand this year.
Aggie lead grows to 20. Crucer
thought about dunking that for a minute, but he lost his balance a little bit. Really fought on his feet pretty well there and didn't try to dunk it.
Aggies have made 4 straight shots, 2 of those from A.J. Harris. There's A.J. again for the wing, the Ohio State transfer. Good body control, and now he's...
If the Aggies are going to be good, it's not going to be because A.J. Harris scores 25 points. It's going to be because he gets 8 or 10 assists. And so I think it's an interesting pressure that the pressure won't be on him.
Fans wanted him to do.
I thought so too, and he...
Freshman from Lehigh Acres, Florida. John Louis picks up Ward. Griesel from the wing, he's a freshman as well. Slipping a screen was Goo. Ward on the baseline, falls away from Jean-Louis and swishes. Barrick Jean-Louis goes away from the ball screen from Ivan. Good high hedge there for Dangu. Sling it down low to...
And one of the things that Big Ivan, the Spaniard, understands is it's a battle for ground. It's a battle for turf. It's not a vertical battle for him as much as it's horizontal. He's constantly fighting for ground underneath.
C.J. Bobbitt scoreless so far. North Dakota State 4 of 7 from the field in this half after shooting just 30.
Well, it was certainly the correct call.
Yeah.
I didn't see it until we ran it until Aggie Vision got it in slow motion for us.
A.J. Harris does such a good job on the ball defense, and he's really giving Shahid fits tonight. Jean-Louis finds Chua. Eli skips out for Harris, under 10 to shoot. Zamora on the blow-by, strong move, but a block out of nowhere from Griesel. And then a turnover on Griesel. The Aggies with the numbers. We have a 4-on-2. Here's Zamora. Zamora right back to work, and he flips it in. Resilience for the Utah transfer. Backdoor intended. He lead at 19 in this season opener. Ball with 15-16 left here in half two. And they're trying to find a rhythm offensively. Inside outside for Tyree Edey. Swishes in freshman. Not a whole lot of minutes here tonight for Sean Buchanan. This is Jean-Louis for the wing. Right back to Buchanan. He played 14 minutes per game last year as the backup point guard to A.J. Harris. He finds Chua, and Chua had Chum.
And I think that'll continue as the year goes on. I think Chris Jans probably knows what he has in Sean Buchanan, a terrific defender, solid player, a smart player, and maybe he's sort of dickering with it, trying to figure out what else he's got with the hand that he's been dealt this year.
Tyson Ward playing well in this half. Pull up on the elbow. Little down. Brown can really fill it up. 16 a game last year at the JUCO level. The Aggies staying patient. Chua right back for Buchanan. Here's Brown from the sideline. Hunter trying to answer, and he does.
Well, there's still plenty of time left, Adam. I don't want to get negative here on my first night, but this one's not over at all.
Skip out for Cham. Mohammed.
What a prospect he is.
Cham last year the number 6 ranked JUCO prospect in the country. Aore Coachea was number 10. The Aggies have 2 of the best JUCO players in the country from last year on the team this year. Way short on the floater from Hunter. Grabbed by Gu on the poke away. Edey for 3. Way short. In transition, Buchanan dumps it off for Jean-Louis. Jumps to pass for Chua, and that's a freshman mistake there for Barrett.
Yeah, up in the air with not sure what to do with it.
I think you're going to have some growing pains with a guy like Berg Jean-Louis, who's a true freshman. No question, he's a great athlete. He was a 3-star recruit. The Aggies won a recruiting battle over Florida Gulf Coast to get him all the way from Florida. Bright future, but he'll have some growing pains early. Cruiser's back in, and he turns it over. 3-on-1 for the Aggies. Brown fouled on his way up.
Fouled going to the basket.
Brownie has 8 on 2 of 3 shooting. On Hayward, California. Jordan Horn is back in. He's been quiet. He pulls up and misses. The mark so far. The Aggies have been great in their pick and roll game tonight. Chua sets a pick for Brown. Short corner Chua, skip out for Cham. Hit one from the right corner earlier. Misfires on this one. And ball screen Cruiser. Drive and kick out for Horn. North Dakota State on possession, trailing by 21 in their opener. Pick and pop for Cruiser, who's had a great evening.
It's exposed something in for the Aggie big men. I don't think they're used to going out and guarding each other. They're not all great. The Aggie big men are not great three-point threats, and they've got to. That's something they're going to have to iron out because they'll see other good three-point shooting big men as the year goes on.
That's a new career high for Cruiser. Buchanan working on Cruiser, tough angle. Riesel pushing for NDSU. The trailer is Edey. And Edey will slow it down and find the point guard, Shaheed. Shaheed stops. Teardrop. No A.J. Harris right now, so Buchanan's running the point guard duties. On the exchange for Keon Jones. Brown's in double figures, joining Zamora in double digits with 10. Zamora has 12. Jones for 3. Horn has
West guy that the Bisons have nailed down.
They've done really, really well in the Twin Cities area. Ore Coachea +1.
This is what I mean, Adam, about the big Spaniard. For him, it's all about geography. He gets his spot. He's smart and goes after his spot and gets the important turf. And look at him there. It's hard to stop a guy when he gets that kind of when he gains that kind of ground around the basket.
JUCO at Indian Hills.
That's right.
For Quayle. Keon still all over. And State ahead by 21. 10 minutes in, half two. Watch out for Cruiser there in the arc. Shahid from the corner. NDSU is left.
Well, he's smart and crafty under there, isn't he? Perfect execution by the sort of the old-fashioned three-man weave, and then he's one of maybe the only bright spot offensively.
Coach, he's a matchup nightmare at 6'10". He's gonna be tough to guard in the Summit League this year.
Well, they have 17 points without him.
Shahid for three, that's short. And Ivan Aure Coachea has 4 rebounds to go along with 9 points. Corner three, Brown. Yes, sir. New leading scorer, Terrell Brown, has 13. Off the Aggie bench. And now we're going to see a hockey line change again. The Aggies are going to bring in
wholesale
5 new guys. Rice, Henry today. Brown, a 6'9" post player from Dallas, a redshirt freshman.
You know, they're practicing with 16 guys, and so they're often doing it by platoon. And that's why, you know, I've had to go constantly to try to get my bearings and get my, keep everybody straight. So I don't have a great feel for them yet.
Myers, Jabari Rice leads the Aggie break. Keep in mind too, the Aggies are up 23 without maybe their most skilled player in Johnny McKeon, who's out for a little while with a foot injury. Henry to the foul line, slings it back out for Zamora, who's had a great night.
He's very creative. It's not just he's not a one-dimensional scorer by any means.
Good closeout by Brown because Gu can shoot it. Second chance opportunity. It's a lead of 25 for NM State, their biggest lead here in the opener. Colorado's really good. Colorado State should be improved. Drake is good.
And you haven't even got to UTEP or the Lobos. Yes,
By the way, the fans just won free Chick-fil-A. That's why all the screaming was happening.
I'm all for that.
Opponent misses 2 free throws, you get free Chick-fil-A. The swat by Gu. And this is a challenging schedule, and especially in December. Once the Aggies get to December, that's when it really, really gets tough. Horn trying to float it down low, and Harris won't let him. We'll see what the Bison do with Cruiser on the bench. Cruiser has 23 of their 40.
Yeah, that's how old I'm getting. It seemed like that long.
Did not start tonight, though. By 23, they have not trailed in this game. They've used different combinations. They've had a number of players contribute. Floater Henry.
Been very impressive on the defensive end. He's the one who's he's not guarding Tyson Ward now, but he did a great job on him on the first half.
Catch and shoot for Ward, the left-hander. And that one's going to cover that during the course of the season. Harris deep on the wing, down the lane, can't finish. There's Henry. We think he may be somewhat of a Jamario Jones clone.
Yes, that's putting a lot of pressure on Clayton Henry, but boy, he can really defend. We've seen that already. He's very active, he's quick, plays hard.
Three is good there for Tyree Eady. We'll put it this way. He has some Jamario Jones tendencies in him.
That's right. Well, just when I was complimenting his defense, he gave up the three. But I have been impressed for first-year player how hard he works on the defensive end.
Here's freshman Barrick Jean-Louis to redshirt senior JoJo Zamora. Back out for Barrick, rises up from three. Around fighting for the rebound, but it's pulled in backside by Cruiser. Horn launches and hitched. I really feel like he's going to have some games where he just goes off. Brown can't miss the short bunny. Eady, he has Horn. Can't get it to him though. Hunter back out for Cruiser. Looking for 26, missed short from three. High rebound for Jean-Louis, 3-on-2. The bounce for Zamora, kicked away by the Bison.
Well, Chris Jans doesn't know he's up by 21. He's after everybody.
This will be an interesting first 2 weeks for the Aggies. You have a quality mid-major opponent here. You're going to play UTEP Friday. You don't really know what the Miners are going to be like this year under first-year head coach Rodney Terry. Then you have St. Mary's. You know they're going to be good. Then you have UNM in the pit, which is so tough to win at.
Yeah, it's four pretty difficult games to start the season.
Around for three again, and he misfires. NM State 5 of 22 on trays. They lead by 21. Horn down the painted area. Pick and pop by Bobbitt. Zamora will keep it. Andy.
He's very creative and scores lots of different ways.
Ojo's attempted the most shots by the Aggies by far. He's attempted 14. He's made 7 from the field. Eady on the spin, and one for Tyree Eady, who's had a good half. Eady has 8, looking for 9 when we come back with one free throw. NM State led at halftime by the score of 36-20. The Aggies have outscored the Bison 35-30 in this half. Lead is 21 in the opener. Averaged 4 points per game last season. He's been the best player on the floor at times here today. 23 or 9 of 11 shooting, 5 of 6 from 3 for a 6'10 forward who's doing damage from the arc.
And strong, terrific body. He's tough inside and boy, very skilled. And he's not afraid at the Pan American Center. He's been the real bright spot for North Dakota State.
Bison lost a lot of scoring from last year, and if you're looking for somebody to pick up the slack, Cruiser has been the guy so far. Could really be a tough matchup going forward for Bison opponents. They will head home to play UC Santa Barbara this weekend on Sunday afternoon, and then head to the Bahamas for the Islands of the Bahamas Showcase after this weekend's game against UCSB. Tyree Eady trying to complete a three-point play. Way to finish strong here in the final 3.5.
Well, that's right, especially going in. They don't want to relax going in with Friday's huge game. It's always a huge game with UTEP coming into town, of course.
Catch and shoot for Jabari Rice off the heel. Keon Jones can't stick it in. Saved by Gu, right to Rice, down the baseline. Jabari can't finish. Shaheed for Ward. A lot of young guys in right now for NM State. Eady way short, snared in by Jean-Louis. Jabari Rice, a redshirt freshman. Barrick Jean-Louis, who has the ball right now, is a true freshman. This is Bobbitt down the lane. Pinball's out, and CJ's going to shoot 2. Coach, did you guys have any teams here when you were coaching that had 11 or 12 guys that could play, and you guys played 10, 11, 12?
I mean, a time when we matched up against, that's a good question. Been all kinds of, as you mentioned, there's all kinds of different combinations. And I imagine that Chris Jans will be more consistent as the year goes on. He's still sort of trying to sort out what he has here.
9 different guys have scored for the Aggies. That was the same case in the first half. John Louis still scoreless, Bobbitt scoreless, Buchanan scoreless, and Robert Brown scoreless. Those guys have played but have not scored. Gu launches from 3 and Dang
got out to the three-point shooter, a postman who can shoot threes.
A&M State has missed 7 of their previous 8 shots. Trying to figure out who's going to take charge offensively. We'll see if it's Jones. Step back 3 from the corner, tough shot. And that's last. A 12-2 run for the Bison over the previous 4 minutes. Here's Chris Quayle. Ball reversal to Edey. Takes the handoff to Shaheed. Slings it out to Quayle. Extra pass, Jarius Cook. Bounces out to Jean-Louis. Ahead for Jabari Rice. Can't lay it in. Tip is good, but it kind of backfires on him. This is going to turn into a media. Final 120 when we come back. Yeah, he always said Lou Godino was his right-hand man, and Chris Jans, of course, helped Lou Godino get that job at Wichita State, which is video coordinator, as Jordan Sperber has moved on. So there's some newness on the bench. And how do you feel like the
biggest thing was that they came out with great effort? A little bit about Sean Buchanan. I've been meaning to mention that one of the things I love about him is he almost never over dribbles at a time when, you know, all the and one and all the highlight tapes and mixed tapes and that kind of thing. And then you get a guy like Sean Buchanan who never over dribbles, always passes the ball up the floor. I'll see if we can catch him doing it, but he often just passes it up the floor rather than dribbles the ball. Like right there, for example. Like he's not looking to put it on the floor as soon as he gets it.
Offensive rebound, Jones. Pretty much no difference here between the game clock and the shot clock. We'll see if Buchanan just holds it and runs out the clock. The Aggies will move to 1-0. North Dakota State's going to start 0-1. Big one on Friday, Coach. Miners coming to town.
It's going to be great. Aggie fans ought to come out for that one. It's going to be a terrific game. Exciting time to be an Aggie fan here.
28 last year, 21 in his lone year as the head coach at Bowling. Now 6 of 17 from 3. A&M State is only 4 of 18. Down low, Yvonne sticks it in.